Well, welcome to Thursday. We're here with Jim Olsen, who's one of our wines from him. So Jim's made some Syrah, and today we're going to be doing a Thanksgiving pairing. 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
I raised the
he raised the turkey. Turkey confit. And so we'll spend the first half hour with Jim talking about his wines and Thanksgiving case as well. So we'll be pairing all the wines from the Thanksgiving case. All right, we're going to fix the sound. Hold on. Thanks. Hello. Oh, it's probably pretty far. Testing. Yes. Hear us any better? Oh, yeah, it's really low. It'll just, I don't want to kind of count.
Yeah, behind that squash. Jim's more important than me. I can project.
Oops. How's that? We'll yell. How's it look? All right, let us know how the sound is now.
Good audio work.
Can you scroll down?
They can do it the whole time.
Hi. All right. So we'll get Jim. We'll introduce Jim right now and let him give you some background on himself and his story. So go for it, Jim.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here. And Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of the year. So what an appropriate time to have. I could hardly be better than that.
They can't hear it.
I've been making wines for 40 years or so, and had in all my years of winemaking, the whole notion of being able to do something and do it right is really feels good. So my basic approach to wine is that I want it to taste good.
Good approach.
And
Hi.
And tasting good means that it feels good in the mouth, that it's balanced, that it doesn't have a lot of sharp edges and what we always call knees and elbows, but it just feels nice and attractive and lively in the palate, and it complements the food that you have it with. So that's where I'm starting from, is the desire to make wines that taste good, that are balanced, that feel good when you drink them. And the trick, of course, is, well, that sounds great, but how do you get there? How do you get to that point where you have wines like that? And I'm convinced after many years of research that it really is the vineyard. Starting in the vineyard, working with growers that care about what they're doing, ascertaining the best place to grow a particular variety that you're interested in, and then watching that vineyard closely to make sure that the crop size is appropriate, to make sure that it's being pruned and thinned and leaf pulled if necessary, so that you get the sun in to develop the flavors, and then watching it very closely as you approach harvest to make sure that you're your acidity and sugar levels are where you would like them, because we know pretty much what we can quantify what levels of acid and tannin and alcohol constitute a really attractively flavored wine. And so, knowing that, we work back to obtain that in the vineyard, which we did this year. I'm very, very happy in that respect for the wines that we've made this year, that they passed that particular standard. Then the next question is, what are we going to have those wines with? And I personally like making Syrah a whole lot, because it's very fruit forward, tends to be soft, tends to be really attractive to drink, even by itself, but better still with a food like turkey, which is kind of on the sweet side. And I want to make my Syrah with comparatively low level of tannin, so that it feels soft on the palate. Not much oak, very little, because I want the fruit to show off. And Syrah, at its best, has really gorgeous fruit, really attractive berry-like qualities that are very pleasing. And then I also make Chardonnay, and Chardonnay is once again a fruit-forward style of Chardonnay with no malolactic fermentation, showing a good ripeness and crispness that with very modest oak that balances off the appropriate kinds of foods that are good to accompany lighter chicken dishes or fish dishes or that sort of thing. So it should be, in my mind, a refreshing wine, not ponderous, not overly full, but lively on the palate and really interesting to drink. So that's my approach to these two wines, at least.
Cool.
We can try the Chardonnay.
Yeah. Like, even though was it in the Thanksgiving case?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was so good.
Ryan made the Thanksgiving
A
case.
lot of you got this case, so you know already, but the idea was that these are 3 new winemakers on the site, and so you bought 3 bottles from each of them, and then throw in the 4th bottle, and so the Chardonnay.
Was the throw-in.
Yep. That little extra.
And if you guys look at Jim's label tonight, you see the bird, yeah, and you probably see the glasses. Don't they look like him?
Well, it is a self-portrait.
It is a self-portrait of Jim hanging out on his perch.
That's right.
Did you see these comics, Jim? Jim is one of the best I've ever had.
That's great.
Oh.
And then Nigel opened up the drawer last night and thought that Jim achieved exactly what you were looking for.
Wow. How kind.
Alright, so we're going to try a little.
We're doing this like 10 feet away from the top, and we're all like busy working. And then you just come over and start recording.
You can join us.
Get it going.
So most Chardonnay inherently has a quality that you could describe either as slightly citrusy or appley. Appley in the sense of Gravenstein apples, spicy apples sometimes. That's its basic nature. And then as winemakers, we oftentimes will do things like barrel ferment it and change its nature to a great extent. This one still has that basic appley kind of quality with just a really modest amount of oak.
Yeah, it's delicious. What do you think of our red Solo cup? Classy.
Keeping it classy.
Yeah.
Well, you get the crispness of the wine, and that's what really helps make it go with food. It makes it attractive with food.
Well, when we met you, we found a little bit about your background. You've been making Chardonnay for many years now.
Many, many years.
So what was your first dab into Chardonnay? Did you work in any, I don't know, popular producers.
Well, yeah. My first Chardonnay, as I recall, was made for a winery called La Crema, and it was entirely barrel fermented. That was